la la la, la 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 la, la la la. Tranquil mind finds a shelter where no anger, hate, shedding blood. Gunfire seeking safety under humanity. There is love, friendship, and unity. No more war and violence, and rain for peace. No more war and violence, and rain for peace.
I will use a chance to call Dr. Arniotti Sranan Vico.
Thank you. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhasya buddhaṃ sharanam gacchāmi dhammaṃ sharanam gacchāmi saṅghāṃ sharanam gacchāmi. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, dear all learned parents. My sincere regards to Mr. Nurul Haq, the director of Munir Majid Foundation, and all authority of Munir Majid Foundation. Thank you for giving me the chance to talk to you today about Buddhism and world peace. It is a great honor to be here amongst you, sharing this platform together with you to talk about the Buddha and his teachings. At first, in short, I would like to enlighten you about the life of Lord Gautama Buddha. I think everybody knows that before the Buddha attained the enlightenment, he was known as Prince Siddhartha, and his family name was Gautama. He lived in the northern part of India during the 6th century BC. His father was King Shuddhodana, the ruler of the kingdom of the Shakyas, now in present-day Nepal. His mother was Queen Mayadevi. At the age of 16, Siddhartha Gautama was married to his childhood friend Yashodhara Devi. At the age of 29, soon after the birth of his only lovely son Rahula, Siddhartha left his kingdom and became an ascetic in search for a solution to find the way out of the universal suffering of all living beings. After 6 years of living in the forest and as an ascetic, and after extreme hard work with meditation, at the age of 35, on a full moon night, sitting under the Bodhi tree, Siddhartha Gautama attained the supreme enlightenment and became the Buddha. After attaining enlightenment, Lord Buddha walked towards Ishipatana, now in Sarnath in Uttar Pradesh, India, and delivered his first sermon to his 5 ascetic disciples. He taught the Dhamma of Ahimsa, compassion, equality, humanity, peace, and harmony, and he spread this message all around him, all throughout his life for the next 45 years. At the age of 18, again on a full moon night, under a fear of flowering shal trees, the Buddha prepared for his great demise at Kushinara in India and attained Mahaparinibbana. Lord Buddha was not a god, nor was by sent the god by as any messenger. The Buddha himself claimed that he was just a human being, and after his enlightenment, he became the ideal human being. He said that only through his good deeds and knowledge, he was able to overcome various kinds of pain, sufferings, and unhappiness. He thus became a teacher for all and preached about how each person can attain the goodness that lies inside each human being. The human, the Buddha teachings was about self-confidence and self-dependence by walking the proper path of and by acquiring the right knowledge. As mentioned in the Dhammapada of Holy Tipitaka, the Buddha says, Attahi attanunatho kohi natu parosya. It means human beings are their own savior. Nobody else the power to save or upgrade or downgrade anyone else. We know the Buddha's message was one of the universal benevolence for peace and love for all. It has been mentioned in the Dhammapada, the hatred cannot be ceased by hatred. Hatred is ceased, sorry, only by love, anger by kindness, and evil by good. And I quote in Pali, Akkunena jine kodang, asadung saduna jine kadaryang danena, shatchena alika badinang. We all know that in the present day, Odisha region, Emperor Ashoka ruled around 2300 years back, and he was a lay devotee of Lord Buddha. He conquered everyone's heart with his love, service, devotion to his people. In the region, he had attained the highest development of civilized rulership over 2300 years ago. Emperor Ashoka presented the principle universal love and peace, peaceful coexistence, cooperation, social harmony, brotherhood, religious tolerance, non-violence, humanism, and ecological awareness. This was the Buddha's moral advice to all governments of the world, which Emperor Ashoka followed closely. How did Emperor Ashoka become the successful as a ruler through the Buddha's teachings? The Buddha has spent his whole life teaching everyone about peace and happiness for all living beings. According to the Buddha, peace and happiness cannot be gained without leading a pure based on moral and spiritual principles. Buddhism believes in practicing the moral principles laid out for us by the Buddha. The advice to his all devotees to maintain five precepts called Panchashila. Number one, Panati Pata Beramani. Don't kill any living beings. Number two, Adinadana Beramani. It means don't steal anything or don't take anything which is not for yours. Number three, Kamesu Misasara Beramani. Avoid any kind of sexual misconduct. Show respect towards all women. It is important to understand here that the Buddha has spoken of same rights and equality of both men and women without any gender discrimination. Number fourth, Musabada Beramani. Don't lie, always speak truth. Number fifth, Sura Medeya Majja Pamadatana Beramani Sikkapadang Samadhyami. Don't take any kind of intoxicant because it's not only damages our health but also takes control of our minds and ruins the basic fabric of family and society. There is no doubt, I strongly believe that if these five principles are maintained properly, there will be peace and harmony in our life, within our family, in the society, in the country, as well as in the whole world, as was shown by the Emperor Ashoka during his reign. Human beings become the slave of their minds because fear, anger, agitation, jealousy, ill will born in the mind beings controlling the person of their behavior. The Buddha taught us to follow the Panchashila, five precepts, and become the master of your own minds. It is true that the mind's habit pattern has taken root over many years. So, transformation of our mind cannot happen overnight. Old habits, especially habits of the mind,
No, ma
require
Vita non
practice
tutto lo
and
stipendio,
effort over a span of time, and with conviction granted in region, we can all definitely achieve sense to our mind, and therefore changes in our lives. For this, following the Panchashila is the utmost important for each of us. Thus, we see the teaching of Lord Buddha are rooted in true democracy, where no person is superior or inferior because in his birth. Buddha started the movement of social reform and achieved equal rights of all human beings, irrespective caste, creed, and race. 2564 years ago, the Buddha declared to all monks as the great streams or bhikkhus. However, may be the Gangas, Yamuna, Asiravati, Sharabu, all river. When they reach the great ocean, they lose their old name and their old descent, and bear only one name, the great ocean. So also to the Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, Shudras lose their distinction when they join the brotherhood. Here the Buddhas recognize virtue of person as the only identity, not wealth, not rank, nor status. The first Prime Minister of India, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, and Jawaharlal Nehru said, and I quote, "The Buddha has been greater than of all doctrine and dogma, and his eternal message has thrilled humanity through the ages. Perhaps is at no one time in past history was his message of peace more needed for a suffering and distracted humanity." Quote ended. Similarly, our great saint Swami Vivekananda regards, regards for the Buddha is clear when he declares, and I quote, "The life of the Buddha has a special appeal. For all my life, I have been very fond of the Buddha, but not for his doctrine. I have more veneration for the character than any other, the boldness, the fearlessness, and the tremendous love. He was born for the good of men. Others may seek God, others may seek truth for themselves. He did not even care to know truth for himself. He sought truth because people are in misery. How to help them? That was the only concern. Throughout his life, he never had a thought for himself. How can we ignore ignorant, selfish, narrow-minded human beings understand the greatness of this man? And consider his marvelous brain. No emotionalism. The giant brain never was superstitious. Believe not because an old manuscript has been produced, because it has been handed down to you from your forefathers, because your friends want to you to believe. No, the Buddha said, "Thank you. Thank for yourself. Search the truth for yourself. Realize it yourself. Then, if you find it beneficial to one and many, give it to people. One has to be free and as bold as the sky.
Unique.
One has no have mind. It is crystal clear. Only then can throw
কোথায়
and in it."
উনি কই
Please, audio muted.
না
Please, audio muted.
ওই যে
Sorry.
আমার ফেসবুক দেখতে বলো তোমাকে দেখাতে বলো আমার
Please,
ফেসবুকে
audio,
দেখো
Nurul bhai, please,
Yes, yes.
audio muted, please. Thank you. Buddhism strongly believes in karma theory of our law and cause and effect. The Buddha says in Pali, "Yang kammang kare sama kollanang ba papakang tasya daya dabave shamiti." It means we have to ourselves bear our own deeds, whether it is good or bad. According to the Tipitaka, sabba papasya karanang kushalatsa upasampada sasitta paryodapanang ethang buddhanang shasanang, which means we should be careful to avoid the evils, to do well, and do purity the mind. This is what the Buddha's teaching is all about. The great scientist Einstein also stated, the religion of the future will be cosmic religion. It should transcend a personal God and avoid dogmas and theology, covering both the natural and spiritual. It should be based on a religious sense arising from the experience of all things, natural and spiritual, as a meaningful unity. Buddhism answers these descriptions. As Swami Vivekananda highlighted before the World Parliament of Religion in Chicago in 1st September 1893, as Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru highlighted in his book The Discovery of India, and as Einstein highlighted in his speech about Buddhism, it can be concluded, Ahimsa Paramo Dhammo. This is the main teaching of Buddhism. There is no place for hatred and envy and pride. There needs to be respect all over religious thoughts, all race, gender, caste, creed, nationality, for true democracy to survive. Thank you so much for hearing me. Sabbe satta sukhita huntu. May all living beings be happy. Thank you.
Thank you very much.